Hey, what's up you guys? So today I am home alone and bored, and I thought of the perfect thing to do a top 5 video, and I feel like doing a lot of these, so I might keep doing them, but today's top 5 is going to be 5 mysteries that will forever be unsolved. I personally didn't know about any of these, so I was actually pretty shocked to learn that this actually happened. But if you do know about them, then you spend a lot of time on the internet and you're searching up a few things that you probably should not be searching up, but I do not judge you because I search at some random stuff sometimes too. Without further ado, let's get this video started. First up on today's top 5 is a bridge in Scotland that was built in 1859, Overtorn Bridge. What's weird about the bridge is that there's a specific section of it, it's like the last arc between the last 2 arcs, that dogs like to go there and they jump off the bridge and fall 50 feet to their death, and no one knows why this is happening. Like, owners will be walking on the bridge just like to cross, and then the dogs will go to that very specific spot, almost the same place every single time, and they will jump off. This whole situation with this bridge is just weird in general, but what gets even weirder is that when the dogs jump off to commit suicide, if they don't die after falling the 50 feet, they run up the hill, go back around to that same exact spot and jump off again. Another strange thing that happens there besides the dogs was in 1994. This man literally threw his baby son over the edge of the bridge to kill him because he said he was the Antichrist. After that, the man himself jumped off that exact spot that the dogs jump off. No one knows why this is driving people to do such, or animals to do such terrible things to themselves. But people believe that it's a thin place, and if you don't know what a thin place is, it's basically like a point in the world where the world of the living and the world of the dead meet, like kind of like a little portal or passageway where people can actually like pass through, like spirits can come in and out and stuff like that. So people believe that that's the reason why people are committing suicide. I do not understand the logic behind that or why they believe that, but that's the only thing that I've found, and I'm going to believe it because I do not want to go research any more about that bridge. So stay away from that bridge. If you are alive or a dog, please, we do not need that. That is terrible. Anyway, moving on. So for this next one, I'm actually going to need my laptop because it's a really detailed story and it has like transcripts and stuff that I want to give to you guys that are like legit what had went down. This is the SSR Rampart, which is just an old ship. And like I said, I'm going to use my laptop because there's like specific dates and all that, and I want to make sure I get that right. So the date was February in 1948, and all the surrounding ships that were in their radar received a distress call on their walkie-talkie system, or however a ship works, and what it said was, all officers including captain are dead, lying in chart room and bridge, possibly whole crew dead. Imagine someone sending you like a walkie-talkie signal saying that everybody on their ship is dead. Like, that's gotta be like, well, what the fuck? Following that message though was a Morse code sent out from the ship that, if you don't know what Morse code is, it's that weird little, I think it's the weird little tapping code, I'm not sure. Anyway, but what the code was transcribed to was, I die. A nearby ship, the closest, I'm not sure, it doesn't say which one, actually went to the rescue, and they got to the ship. They tried to communicate with the ship via walkie-talkie and there was no response. After not getting a response, some of the crew members decided to do a rescue trip and actually go aboard the vessel, and what they found is what made this like one of the creepiest mysteries of ghost ships. What it says that crew found specifically was all the crew and officers of the ship were dead. Their eyes were open, their faces were looking towards the sun, arms outstretched, and a look of terror on their face. Even the dog on the ship was dead, which is really dramatic. I mean, like, I get it, if someone killed like an entire ship, why you gotta fuck with the dog? Anyway, so after they kept exploring, they went down to the boiler room, and you know, like, if you've seen the Titanic, you've seen that scene where Jack and Rose are running through the hallways of the boiler room, and you see people shoveling like coal and stuff into the fire, blah blah, and you see like the engine moving. You know that it's hot because you see all those men in those movies are sweating, and then Jack and Rose are sweating for obvious reasons. If you've seen the movie, you know what I mean. So when the men actually went into the boiler room, they said they actually felt cold, or they started like feeling like they were freezing to death, which was weird because the ship was still burning oil and coal and stuff like that, whatever it was burning. And it should have been like 110 degrees or however hot that is, but instead it was actually cold, and that's what freaked them out. After that, the ship wouldn't move, and so they decided to tow it back to land with them. So when they actually connected it, they started pulling it away. The ship started to sink, and after that, right when they cut the wire and released the tow wire, the ship actually blew up and then just sunk, and right in time, because if the ship had gone down and was still stuck to the other ship, they probably all would have died too. And then they left and they reported it to the news, or however, word of mouth back then. I don't know, I wasn't there. But yeah, and to this day no one knows what caused it. No one knows how all those men died. No one knows why they were in those specific positions when they found them, or why the dog was killed. That's my thing that I need to figure out, was why the dog was killed. So that is number 2 on our top 5 list, and now we're gonna head to number 3. Number 3 on our list is Elisa Lam, a 20-year-old Vancouver college student who actually was on the news in 2013. You've probably seen this video because it went viral after they found her dead at the Cecil Hotel in Los Angeles. This hotel actually inspired the season of American Horror Story for Hotel, the 5th season, and it's really creepy. If you actually watch it, I'm a huge fan of American Horror Story. You should totally watch all of them because they're amazing. Covered is person my favorite. But anyway, back to Elisa. First off, she lived in Vancouver, and it was noted that her parents did not know where she was flying to. They don't understand why. She was just acting weird one day and then she just bought a ticket and left. Her family didn't know why she actually left or why she chose to come to Los Angeles, but what was weird is that she's not from around here. She took that flight for no one knows why. She checked into the Cecil Hotel in Los Angeles, which was known for housing serial killers and being next to Skid Row, so they don't understand why she chose that specific hotel. But I'm going to show you some footage right now, and I'm pretty sure everyone has seen this because I've seen it a billion times. But it's her acting weird and like acting like she's talking to someone in the elevator and stuff like that. But go ahead and see for yourself, because some people have said that she was possessed, others said that she was crazy, she was on drugs. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys that video now. After this video was taken, this was the last thing anyone's ever seen of her. At the end of the video, it looks like she follows someone down a hallway, and then from that point until when they found her body, she somehow either took off her clothes or someone took her clothes off for her, and she was found on the top of the hotel inside a water tank, and she had drowned. But strange thing is, detectives don't know how she even lifted the tank up, because it would be like a 2-man job because it was really heavy, and they didn't find any fingerprints or anybody with her. They don't know how she got in there. They don't know why she was in there. They don't know anything, which makes this really creepy. And also it's really creepy because it happened in downtown LA, which is like 15 minutes from here. I actually passed by that hotel just to see the photo, like take photos of it, because it's a really nice hotel and people still live there. But that hotel has a bad history. It's another mystery that we probably will never figure out unless there's some other footage, but that's the only footage that they have. And it's creepy footage, and I personally don't want to look into it anymore because it creeps me out, especially because I'm alone. And yeah, so that's number 3. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to number 4. Next on our list is the disappearance of Maura Murray, and this case is actually really specific and detailed, so what I'm gonna do is go ahead and read it off my laptop again. Next time I make one of these videos, I promise I will study these, but yes, this is a last minute video, and sorry about it. So what happened was that she crashed her car on February 9th of 2004 along the 112 in New Hampshire, and a bus driver actually passing by stopped, and he asked her if she needed the police called or blah blah blah. She informed him that she had already called AAA and that everything was gonna be fine. So then after that he left, and when 10 minutes later when the police showed up, they found just the abandoned car. She was gone, and they checked AAA records and they realized that she never had called AAA at all. And after that she was actually never seen again. It says here that she was acting strange the day before her disappearance on February 6th in 2004. They said that she received a phone call at work which made her really upset, and they didn't know what it was. She then told her boyfriend that she didn't want to talk by email. After that she emailed her friends and her professors, and she basically said that she was going to be out of school for a while because she had a death in the family. And actually they checked in on that, and there was actually no death in her family. Students said that they seen her leaving around like 4:30, and on like 4:40 bank records showed that she withdrew all of her money. After that she disappeared, and no one knows where she is, if she's alive, and they still haven't found any records of her bank card or her phone being used ever again. and to this day they do not know what happened to her, but I'll leave it up to you guys to decide. Now let's head over to number 5. At number 5 we have a really weird case. This one I saved for last because I was reading it and it's really long and detailed and it was really good. At number 5 is the story of Lori Erica Kennedy. So on Christmas Eve in 2010, Lori drove her car to her ex-husband's house and shot herself in the head, which is tragic. And after finding her body, they decided to go and explore their old marital house where they stayed, and he knew that she had all these hidden private places in the house, like cabinets and stuff that he wasn't allowed to go in, and he respected her privacy and didn't. So when she passed, him and his parents actually went into the house, and what they went inside and found was a box. What was inside that box raised so many questions, because what they found was a birth certificate and a death certificate. Apparently they found applications for a social security number and applications for a legal name change, and they also found a forged letter by a man who never existed. Long story short, this woman lived an entire life, killed herself, and then after she died they realized that she stole the identity of a 2-year-old girl who passed away. Now you understand why I left this one for last, because it left me confused and creeped out, because I'm like, who is this woman? And yeah, topping at number 5 was, I don't know what to call her, because well, there you go, my first top 5 video. I will make more of them because they were actually really interesting to do and to research, because I learned a lot of new stuff. And if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, that way I know you liked it. And just make sure to check out my channel because I do have other videos and I'm going to try to post every week. I've been good on that so far for the last 3 weeks, I think 2 weeks, but this will be my 3rd week because I will post this exactly 7 days from my last video. And make sure to leave comments about any of these stories that you found interesting or anything that you think happened to these people. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next week. And I will come up with one of those clever little exits that every person has, and it will be unique, but I just don't have one yet. So like I said, thank you for watching and goodbye. First things first, they wanted to go to Pirates, I believe, or I say we go get 4 churros each, put them together, and I'm not, because that's what Disneyland's about. Deep throating 4 churros at once.